You want to look wider, stronger, more powerful without waiting months? Then forget chasing chest day for now. If you really want to transform your silhouette instantly, it all starts with one thing: shoulder presence. In this video, I'm breaking down 6 shoulder tricks that give you that broad, V-tapered look fast. No fluff, no gimmicks, just real strategies that work. Ready to build a frame that turns heads? Let's go.
Number 6, progressively increase the weight. Look, I don't care how clean your lateral raise form is. If you're still using the same dumbbells you were 3 months ago, your shoulders are chilling in maintenance mode. The number 1 rule of building bigger, broader delts: progressive overload. And no, that doesn't mean going full gorilla and jerking up 40s with elbow spasms. It means gradually, consistently increasing the load over time while keeping your form locked in like a sniper. Progressive overload is the language your muscles speak. You lift more, they adapt. You lift the same, they coast. And trust me, your delts will happily cruise on autopilot unless you force them to grow. Here's what that looks like in practice. Pick your main shoulder movements: overhead presses, lateral raises, rear delt flies, and track your weight. Each week, aim to increase the load by a small margin, think 2.5 to 5 pounds, or add an extra rep or 2 with the same weight. Doesn't sound dramatic? Good! It's not supposed to be. Hypertrophy isn't about heroic single sets. It's about consistent progression over time. Now, let's get real. Your ego is going to want to jump to the next dumbbell size before you're ready. Don't! Shoulder joints are delicate, and snapping one because you couldn't wait to flex with 35s isn't a good look. Keep your reps clean, your tempo controlled, and your range of motion full. Let your form be the limiter, not your ego. Number 5, stay disciplined with shoulder training. Let's be brutally honest for a second. Shoulder day is the most skipped upper body workout in the gym. People treat it like a side quest, optional, forgettable, something you throw in between chest and arm selfies. And then they wonder why their aesthetic looks flat from the front and invisible from the side. If you want shoulders that actually show up under a shirt and a tank top, or hell, even in a shadow, you need to train them with the same intensity and structure you give chest or legs. Discipline is what separates the guys with cannonball delts from the ones still blaming genetics. The blueprint is simple. Train your shoulders at least twice a week. One heavy day focused on compound strength movements like overhead presses. One focused on volume and isolation. Think lateral raises, rear delt flies, and cables. That combination of intensity and consistency is the ticket. And no, you don't accidentally hit shoulders on chest day just because you did incline bench. That's like saying you hit abs by standing up. If you're not directly targeting all 3 heads, anterior, medial, and posterior, you're leaving size and symmetry on the table. Track your shoulder sessions, log the reps, plan the sets, rotate the exercises, just like you do for any major muscle group you actually care about. Because the delts are a major muscle group. They frame your physique, create the illusion of size, and give you that wide, tapered look that screams strength even in a hoodie. Here's the part nobody tells you. Shoulders don't grow well from random volume. They grow from intentional overload. You're enjoying the video? Comment where you're watching from. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, click the subscribe button. Number 4, use high reps with cables for medial delts. These are the ones responsible for that boulder out of the sleeves look. Not your front delts, not your rear, medial. The problem? Most people train them like an afterthought, doing sloppy lateral raises between sets of curls like they're checking a box. You want them to pop? Time to introduce your medial delts to their best friend, the cable machine. And here's why cables beat dumbbells for this job: constant tension. With dumbbells, the tension drops at the bottom. With cables, the tension's on from start to finish. There's no rest, no escape, no hiding, just pure isolation.
Now combine that with high reps. We're talking 15, 20, even 25 reps, and your medial delts will light up like a bonfire. It's not just about fatigue, it's about creating that deep, brutal burn that sends a message straight to your muscle fibers: adapt or die. Use one-arm cable lateral raises. Step out, lean slightly away from the machine, and keep the form strict. Don't swing, don't twist, don't cheat. Keep your pinky slightly higher than your thumb and focus on moving from the delt, not the trap, not the bicep. Control every rep like you're filming a slow-mo scene for a fitness movie. You can also do behind the back cable laterals. This position hits the medial head from a slightly different angle and forces even more control. Alternate between both variations for different sessions and you'll hit the muscle from every angle possible, which is the whole damn point. Here's where people mess up. They treat high reps like an excuse to go light and lazy. Don't. Use a weight that makes you earn those last 5 reps. You should be trembling by rep 18, questioning your life choices by 22, and hallucinating shoulders by 25. That's how you grow. That's how you carve roundness.
Number 3. Train rear delts twice a week. Rear delts, the forgotten child of the shoulder family. Everyone's obsessed with front raises and lateral raises, but ask the average gym rat about their rear delt routine and they'll blink like you just spoke ancient Greek. And that's exactly why 90% of lifters walk around with shoulders that look great from the front and completely disappear from the back. Here's the deal. Rear delts are not optional. If you want that full 3D superhero frame look, they need to be trained with focus, and more than once a week. Twice a week minimum. They're small muscles, sure, but they recover fast. And when you hit them right, they add depth to your upper body that nothing else can replicate. Face pulls are non-negotiable. Do them with ropes, bands, cables, I don't care, just do them. Pull to your forehead or nose, keep your elbows high, and squeeze those rear delts like you're trying to crush a pencil between your shoulder blades. It's not a back exercise, it's rear delt surgery. Reverse pec deck? Gold, but only if you stop cheating. Sit facing the pad, keep your chest up, and lead with the elbows. Most people pull with their hands and let their traps take over. Don't be that guy. Make your rear delts cry, not your ego. Bent over rear delt raises, brutal and beautiful. Just bend at the hips, keep a neutral spine, and raise those dumbbells like you're spreading wings. But slow it down, not of that flap and bounce garbage. Control the negative. Hold the squeeze. If you're not feeling it in the muscle by rep 8, your form sucks or your mind isn't in the set. Here's a pro move. Add rear delts to both pull day and shoulder day. Light volume on one, heavier focus on the other. That way you're sneaking in extra frequency without trashing your recovery.
Number 2. Incorporate overhead press variations. If shoulder myth is the illusion, overhead pressing is the architect. It's the lift that tells your body, hey, we're building a fortress up top. And it's not just for powerlifters or old school bodybuilders. If you're not pressing something heavy over your head on the regular, you're leaving slabs of potential growth on the floor. Barbell overhead press, dumbbell seated press, standing single arm press, machine shoulder press, landmine variations. The options are endless, and that's the beauty of it. You don't need to marry one. You rotate them like you rotate playlists to keep it fresh, hit different fibers, and avoid mental burnout. The overhead press isn't just a delt builder. It also smokes your traps, triceps, upper chest, and core if you're standing. That's why it creates such a complete look from the front. You look stronger, you feel stronger, and let's not ignore the posture benefits. It trains you to stand tall and stabilize under load. Start with a foundational press each week. If you're chasing size, keep your reps in the 6 to 10 range. Push heavy but clean. No ugly back arches. No turning it into an incline bench. If your lower back is screaming during a standing press, you've gone too heavy or your core is asleep at the wheel. For hypertrophy, dumbbells shine. They let your shoulders move more naturally and force both sides to pull their weight. Literally. Seated dumbbell presses with a slow eccentric will humble even the cockiest gym you go. Want more tension? Add a slight pause at the bottom and keep your elbows slightly forward to avoid smashing your rotator cuffs into early retirement. Now, for those who say pressing hurts my shoulders, listen up. The problem isn't pressing. The problem is how you're pressing.
Number 1. Perfect your posture daily. You can train like a beast, build boulder shoulders, and press the weight of a small car. But if your posture sucks, you'll still look small. Yeah, I said it. Posture can shrink your physique visually, even if your muscles are legit. You ever see a guy with decent muscle mass, but he walks around like he's dragging invisible chains off his neck? Shoulders rolled forward, head pushed out, spine bent like a question mark? That's not power. That's poor posture, and it kills your frame. Fixing it isn't optional. It's part of the process. Posture makes your physique pop. It opens up your chest, aligns your shoulders, and creates the illusion of size before you even hit your warm-up set. Start with daily drills. Yes, daily. We're not talking hour-long yoga sessions here, just 5 to 10 minutes of deliberate, shoulder-saving movement. Wall slide, back against the wall, arms in goalpost position, sliding up and down slowly. Chin tucks, draw your head straight back, double chin style. Band pull-aparts. Hold a resistance band and stretch it across your chest, squeezing your shoulder blades together like you're crushing a walnut. These aren't glamorous, but they work. They undo hours of sitting, texting, and pretending your desk job doesn't affect your physique. And the benefits aren't just visual. Better posture means safer lifts, fewer injuries, and more efficient muscle activation during your actual workouts. And if you really want to upgrade fast, start being aware of how you sit, stand, and move during the day. Your posture outside the gym is just as critical as your program inside it. You liked the video? Leave your comment. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, click the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next video.